Alright, so the problem I'm having is a bit of an odd one, seems to me, because this does work, it does produce electricity, but not very well. I'll show you what I mean. Alright, I'm going to fire it up. It always starts pretty great. Alright, so the first thing that you'll notice is that it says it's out of fuel, and it isn't at. And then it says over here that our load is 0, which it is because nothing's plugged in. But as this rotates through, you'll see it was 4 hours. That's correct. Fuel is 0, power 0. And then voltage is also 0. Okay, so then if I take this heat gun, like 1500 watts or whatever, and if I plug that in here, alright, we'll flip it on. So the load meter on the right is still running 0, even though this is pulling 1500 watts. It should be at, 25% or so. And the voltage says 0, even though we've got a red hot meter, okay? So that's 1500 watts. Then if I go over to my motor home, let's first use the 50 amp plug. Okay. This 30 amp plug has no load right now. There's a couple LEDs on, air conditioners are off, there's nothing plugged in, it's no load. Now keep in mind, this generator did run both rooftop ACs, and the load was at about 75% at that point, which was awesome. So this, if I plug this in, it should have no issues. So I pretty much immediately get the overload. The engine goes crazy. It's trying to figure out what the load is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. Now I'm going to take and plug in a 15 amp cord, or 20 amp, whatever. Okay, and then I've got a AC current clamp. Actually, I'm going to get a better one because this one's a piece of junk. Okay, so I've got my 30 amp plug with a 20 amp adapter. I've got this going into my current clamp, current meter here. So there is our amperage. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. So it's pulling about 1 amp, 2 amps maybe. And this is alternating between revving and showing the overload. Yeah, totally bizarre. Voltage 0.